Hey, and welcome to this episode of The Hustle Report by Profit Duel. Today we're diving into a side hustle that, well, it really mixes creativity, some tech skills, and honestly, serious earning potential, website building. I know a lot of you are looking for that perfect flexible gig to boost your income, and our deep dive today is going to explore if this is truly the answer for you. We're not just scratching the surface here. We're getting into the strategic details, the real challenges, and importantly, a clear path to get started.
Yeah, it's a great topic for a deep dive because, the demand for a strong online presence, it's never been higher. And yet, it's surprising, really. A lot of small businesses, individuals too, they still lack a professional website. That creates this huge kind of untapped market. And what's really compelling, I think, is whether you lean towards coding, the logic side, or if you've got that artistic eye for design. There's definitely a vital role for you.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive, give you the most concise, actionable insights. Straight up, we'll break down what website building as a side hustle really involves. We'll cover the core advantages, those crucial drawbacks you need to know about. We'll talk actual earning potential, what you might expect, and maybe most importantly, the clear, actionable steps you can take to, launch your own website building service like today. Think of this as your shortcut. Get informed, get ready to dive in. Okay, so let's unpack this. When we talk about website building as a side hustle, what does that actually look like day to day? From your perspective, it's definitely more than just the tech stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. Way more. At its heart, it's about taking a client's vision, their business goals, and turning that into something digital that works and looks good. It could be developing a simple, elegant portfolio site for maybe a local artist, or it might be a really robust e-commerce platform, high converting for a small business that's growing and wants to sell online. It's incredibly varied, which means the work rarely gets boring. You're basically a digital architect.
A digital architect. I like that. That analogy really works. Because, yeah, it's not just about throwing some code together, is it? You're collaborating, you're problem solving, making sure the end result actually serves the client's purpose.
Precisely. A good website builder doesn't just sit back and wait for instructions. They guide the client. That means really listening, understanding their brand, sometimes even helping them figure out their own goals for the site. Then, you're designing user experiences that feel intuitive, crafting layouts that look great, and then developing all the functional bits that make the site actually work. It's a real blend. Technical skill, creative thinking, and, really strong communication.
Okay, so we've got a handle on what website building is. Let's talk about the good stuff. What makes this side hustle really shine? Beyond the obvious money part, what are the really compelling things drawing people in?
Well, a huge draw and something I think loads of people are looking for now is just the flexibility. It's unparalleled. You can genuinely work from almost anywhere. Laptop, internet connection, that's it. Imagine building a fantastic e-commerce site from your home office, or maybe a coffee shop, or even while you're traveling. That kind of freedom, that geographical independence, it's a powerful motivator. It lets you fit work into your life, not the other way around.
That work-life balance point is massive, yeah. It changes a side hustle from feeling like a chore to something that actually enhances your lifestyle. What else makes it stand out?
Another really key aspect is the opportunity for creative expression. It's huge. Unlike some other side gigs where you might just be doing repetitive tasks, here you're actively designing, you're solving problems, bringing ideas to life visually. So for anyone with that aesthetic sense or a love for elegant solutions, it's incredibly fulfilling. And crucially, this is important, there's real potential for recurring income. A lot of people just think about the upfront project fee. But ongoing maintenance, security updates, maybe content management, even small design tweaks, they can build into a stable, predictable income stream long after the main build. It's a revenue pipeline many people just overlook at first.
That recurring income, that could be a real game changer, right, for financial stability as a freelancer. Takes the pressure off constantly hunting for the next big project. And from a learning angle, I guess working with all sorts of different clients keeps things interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Keeps it fresh. One month you could be doing a site for a local bakery. The next month it's a complex site for a tech startup. This exposure, this variety of industries and challenges, it means your skills are constantly evolving. You're not just doing the same thing over and over. You're learning about different business models, different design styles, different technical needs, which means your expertise stays current, stays relevant. And in the fast-paced digital world, that's vital.
Okay, now let's get real for a minute. No side hustle is perfect, right? There are always challenges. So what are the potential pitfalls? The realities someone needs to be aware of before they jump into website building.
All right, this brings up a key question. How much commitment are we actually talking about? One of the biggest things is the need for continuous learning. It's non-negotiable. The web development world, it changes fast, dizzying pace. Sometimes new languages pop up, design trends shift, security stuff gets updated constantly. You can't just learn it once and be done. You have to genuinely commit to staying current. Like responsive design for phones used to be advanced. Now, it's the absolute minimum. You're always a student here.
That constant learning curve, yeah, that could sound a bit daunting. How does that affect the day-to-day, working with clients, managing projects?
Well, it definitely means it can be time-consuming, especially at the start of a project. You're not just coding away in a dark room. You're investing significant time in client communication, making sure you really get their vision, their needs. Then there's the actual development, which needs focus. And yeah, on the practical side, you'll run into difficult clients sometimes, or clients with maybe unrealistic expectations. That's pretty common in any client work, honestly. Learning to manage those expectations, clearly define the scope of work, set firm boundaries, those become really crucial skills. I remember one client who kept changing their mind constantly, turned a 2-week job into 2 months. You learn fast to get those contracts right.
Ah, yeah, the classic freelance story. And we can't forget the competition, can we? It's not just other freelancers you're up against. It's also those super popular DIY website builders, the Wix and Squarespace types. They promise easy, cheap solutions. Plus, you've got established agencies in the mix, too. How does a side hustler even navigate that?
That's a critical point. Your competitive edge as a side hustler isn't just building the site. It's about guiding clients, showing them why they need a custom solution, showing how a bespoke site can differentiate their brand, offer unique functions, scale better long-term, things templates often can't deliver. But yeah, that competitive landscape, it can definitely lead to inconsistent income. It can depend heavily on your project flow, client demand, which really pushes you to be strategic. Build a diverse client base, look for stable, longer-term projects if you can, smooth out those peaks and troughs. It's about being more than just a tech person. You need to become a trusted advisor.
All right, let's talk numbers. Time to show me the money. When we talk average hourly rates for website building as a side hustle, what kind of figures are realistic?
Okay, so it's important to know that rates vary, like quite a bit. It depends on your experience level, your specific skills, how complex the projects are. If you're just starting out, a beginner, maybe with just a basic portfolio, you might be looking at rates around, say, $20 to $50 an hour, which is actually a great place to start. Build confidence, get those first clients.
Okay, $20 to $50 starting out. So, as you get more experience under your belt, what kind of jump can you expect?
Right, so intermediate folks, designers, developers who've got a few successful projects done, a stronger portfolio, maybe some specialization, they can pretty comfortably charge between $50 and $100 an hour. And what's really interesting here is how much your location and the specific services you offer can push those rates up. For example, if you specialize in a high-demand niche, like maybe accessible websites for specific regulations or complex e-commerce setups for certain industries, that can get you past that $100 an hour mark much quicker. It's not just what you build, it's who for and the specific problems you're solving for them.
That's absolutely key, isn't it? Not just years served, but strategic specialization. So for you listening, it's really essential to do your research. Check market rates in your area, your niche, then adjust your pricing. Make sure you're getting paid fairly for your skills, your time. This isn't about a race to the bottom on price. It's about confidently valuing the expertise you bring. Okay, now for the really practical stuff. Actionable steps. For anyone listening who's thinking, okay, I'm ready, let's do this. How do you actually start your website building journey today? What's the very first, most critical step?
The foundation, absolutely number one, is honing your skills, web development and design. And look, you don't need a 4-year degree for this. There are fantastic online resources, often pretty affordable too. Platforms like Codecademy, Udemy, Coursera. They have structured courses. You need to learn HTML, that's the structure, CSS that makes it look good, the styling, and JavaScript that adds the interactivity, the dynamic stuff. Those are the core building blocks. Getting proficient, it's non-negotiable.
Right, get those fundamentals down first. Makes sense. Once you've got those skills starting to feel solid, what's next?
Okay, once you're feeling confident with those basics, the next critical step is building a portfolio. This is your digital resume. It's the tangible proof of what you can do. You can start by creating mock-up projects, based on imaginary clients. Or maybe offer to build simple sites for friends, family, local nonprofits. Maybe at a reduced rate, or even free initially, just to get real-world examples. And use tools like WordPress, even Wix or Squarespace, to build and host your own professional portfolio site. That itself shows off your skills.
That's a smart way to build it up, get some experience logged. So skills are developing, killer portfolios built. The big question then is, how do you actually find paying clients?
Yeah, $1 million question. A great place to start is checking out freelance marketplaces. Platforms like Upwork, Freelancer, Fiverr, clients are actively looking for people there. But crucially, don't just rely on those platforms. Networking is incredibly important. Connect with other pros in the industry. Go to local business meetups if you can, or join online workshops. And definitely use social media. Promote your services, share bits of your portfolio, talk about your process, engage with potential clients online. You might be surprised where that first big client actually comes from. It's often through connections.
Okay, so to kind of wrap up this section on getting started and really underline what leads to success long term, what would you say are the three absolute must-haves for a website builder? The non-negotiables.
Hmm. Three key things.
Okay.
First, prioritize clear, transparent communication. Right from day one with clients. Setting expectations, giving updates, handling revisions smoothly. It's vital. Second, maintain professionalism. Always. Even when things get tricky. And third, consistently deliver high-quality work. Work that genuinely meets, or even better, exceeds what the client expected. Those three pillars, communication, professionalism, quality plan. They help you build a strong reputation, build trust. And ultimately, that's what cultivates a thriving client base. Lots of referrals, that keeps you busy.
So wrapping this all up then, website building, it really can be a fulfilling and, yeah, highly profitable side hustle. If you've got that passion for tech and design and you're willing to put in the learning, sure, there are challenges, that continuous learning, managing clients, we've covered those, but the flexibility it offers, the creative outlet, and that impressive earning potential, it makes it a seriously viable option. Great way to expand your skills and bring in substantial extra income. It's like an investment in yourself that keeps paying off.
Indeed. It really is. And maybe here's a final thought for you listening. Summit to mull over. Think about the skills you gain doing website building. Problem solving, that meticulous design thinking, project management, client communication, empathy even. These are incredibly valuable skills, and they're transferable across any entrepreneurial path you might take, not just web design. So it's not just about learning code or making things look pretty. It's about developing this powerful, multifaceted skill set that will serve you incredibly well whatever you do next.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. It's about building yourself up too. And hey, if website building got you thinking, remember those transferable skills we mentioned? They apply elsewhere too. You might also want to check out some of the other side hustles we cover in our content. Things like matched betting, that low-risk way to profit from free bets, or affiliate marketing, earning commissions, social media management, virtual assistants, even online surveys. There are just so many ways out there now to boost your income and build your skills. That's it for today. We'll see you back on the Hustle Report soon.